And welcome back to Minecraft, and it's another Minecraft Monday here in the Badlands Peaks, and we have some sandstone with us today because yes, that is right, we are creating a village for our villagers. And I've been doing a little bit of breeding in between episodes, and we have a few of them here with us now. The room's sort of nearly at max capacity. We've had a couple of escapes that I'm not too fussed, but I just thought I'd get my breed on and get people going. I've also put some grass down in this area, sort of like put. I want to turn this into a bit of the lush. Is it the lush caves biome where you can get the sort of growing grass stuff, and that's what I want to do. So I like to do a bit of a grassy area in between sort of parts, like so from the market to the main vault hub is a garden, and then between the market in the village that we're going to do now is a garden, so it sort of breaks it up a little bit. So today we are going to be starting the village, and I've got sort of a bit of a plan sketched out in front of me, so if you see me pausing, then that's why. But getting into the normal theme of these videos, I'm going to be talking about a DIY project that I've been doing. Obviously we're building today, so I'm going to be talking about a building project that I've been doing at home. So today we're in the loft. Just a project that I've been working on at home, again, sort of giving you guys a bit of Minecraft and a bit of home building at the same time. So I've been installing some ventilation strips in the loft. So in between the tiles and the sort of damp course that you'll get in your loft, I'm installing these ventilation strips. So these were bought off Amazon for around like £20, something like that. They weren't anything mega expensive. And I'm basically just installing them. Very quick and easy project talking about today. But the whole reason behind this project, obviously your loft needs ventilation, stop it from getting damp. You can see me here in the loft working away, and what I've done is every other wooden joist I've put these in. This will then create a airflow, and then on the other side I've done it on the opposite joists so they flow within one another. This will then create a bit of a whirlwind sort of effect, so it'll flow in one side and flow out the other. Just keeping airflow nice and easy in the loft, preventing any damp, preventing any sort of moisture getting stuck, and this will then allow for more airflow to dry the loft space out. So like I say, this is me in the loft. You'll see in the bottom right, I'll work on one side, which is the side we're on now, and then moving on to the other. There are other things you can do with this loft sort of situation. You can add roof tiles that actually have ventilation sort of holes in them, but this is a cheap and easy way. Going back to your Minecraft on the left, here I want to come up with like a bit of a waterfall. So I'm sort of just coming up with some random patterns. This is going to be the fountain sort of area, is what I'm thinking, for it to be like a nice sort of like centerpiece to the village. So this is the sort of duplicate, so it'll be a fountain on one side and the same on the other. So this is going to be a village that's sort of like one of two halves. I'll probably do one half in video, one half not. So my picture is whatever you look at on the left will be the same on the right, and like I say, this sort of fountain that I'm going to be working on will be the same on the other side. So what I'll do on camera, and I'll duplicate it on the other side off camera. But going back to the video in the bottom right, you'll see myself again working on the other side of the loft now, in between each joist. Obviously if you are working in your loft, be careful, make sure you're treading on these sort of wooden areas and you're not walking anywhere in the loft that you shouldn't be. So with them vents now in my loft, I should hopefully not see any damp and see a lot more airflow flowing through. When I say damp, it's more like cardboard boxes were getting wet, and you can see every other in between every other wooden joist you'll see one of them ventilation strips. And I've also done the same on the other side. So a bit like what the project we're working on here, working on one side and then working on the other exactly the same. So yeah, that was sort of the little project that I've been working on at home, is doing the loft, making sure I don't get any damp. But back to the series of Minecraft again, working on this fountain. a lot of this village is going to be sandstone. I know we're in the Badlands, so I wanted to incorporate a bit of sand into this, because this is working towards the actual sand village we have towards the back end there. You can see the back end of the vault. So sand sort of incorporates into the sandy village we got and the Badlands, so it sort of works. And I've got this sort of image in my head that it's going to be quite yellow, white and greens and things like that, sort of pastel-y nice colours. And then I'm going to do right here in the middle. So this will sort of be like, I think that's 7 blocks and then there'll be a post, and there'll be 7 blocks. So this will be like 2 sort of houses. And then I'm going to have like these big posts, which is where this block is. Let's do this block. So this is going to be like a pillar. Obviously, I like things to be realistic. So this is going to be a pillar supporting a platform. So this will go up to the ceiling. And then I'll probably do like some sort of balcony. So before we get to this fountain, there'll be four sort of houses, which is what we're going to be working on today. So this will be probably halfway up, so about here. And then we'll have 4 houses basically throughout this sort of section before you get to fountain, and then 4 mirrored on the other side. So that's 8 houses, which is 8 villages. We could potentially have 2 villages, which could be 16 in total before we even get past the fountain. And then I'm going to mirror that again, so that could either be another 8 or another 16, giving us a total of 32. Hopefully by like next episode, like I sort of want to get to a certain point today, mirror that on the other side, and then come back to you guys and give you a bit of an update on what's happened. So there's going to be a bit of to and froing again today. Me sort of trying out what blocks to use, understanding what I'm doing. I'm not sure, like I say, I'm going to be building some half slabs, staircases, things like that, understanding where I want to incorporate stuff. So you need to bear with a little bit on that behalf. Like I say, I've sort of got a rough idea of what I want to do, but I'm not 100%. So like I say, you're going to have to bear with me. Like here, a bit of trial and error. Do I put half slabs in here? I know I've got some of this sort of marbly effect, or do I just go for sort of sandstone? So like I say, you're going to have to bear with. There's going to be a bit of to and froing. Like I think that looks a bit too sandstone-y. This is what I don't want. I want a bit of mixture, I guess. So we can actually make some of these marble-looking stairs. Obviously, marble looks nice. It's nice and white and clear. We've used it in the vault before. I think we've even used it on the vault door or something. And I think that sort of breaks it up. Looks quite nice. So if I'm going to mirror this on the other side, and it gives us a bigger platform on the top, which we'll obviously have to put a handrail in and things like that. So it's going to make a bit of difference. Break the colour up. I might add some wood in here and there. Obviously you're going to have wooden doors, because we can't have iron doors, because this is going to be where the villagers live. So like I say, this is sort of a bit of a role-playing sort of thing. Like obviously the vault was there for the Badlands. There's been like a nuke gone off. It sort of come up with the idea from when Fallout, a bit like a Fallout vault, the nuke's gone off, and the Badlands are like the rustic lands it used to be. I know I've talked about making a dwarven village. Obviously we found the jungle and things like that, but I also want to make like a bit of a old western town in the Badlands. Obviously we made the Dragon Head, so I sort of want to make like a western town or something like that. That'd be really, really cool. Obviously made the rocket, which sort of comes into the theme. It's sort of out of the theme, but we got the lab. Like this is sort of the modern era inside this vault, and then anything out of here is just like your standard timeline, is what I'm thinking. So just going to carry on. This is obviously the top tier. We could actually have the fountain coming from the top tier, so we could have water coming from the second tier falling down into this sort of area, which would be quite cool actually, giving the top tier again something nice to look down upon. Just sort of understanding what I can do on these corners. I need a way of getting up here at some point, because this is getting rather annoying already. So obviously I think the houses are going to be sort of embedded within the sort of vault itself. So this is sort of like a high street, I guess, and then you've got the fountain. Could do some parks eventually, maybe. It's a bit of greenery adding in. We can do all sorts. Obviously it's quite a thin, narrow area, but I think there's a lot we could do with everything. So there's plenty for us to build and do. But for now, we're going to start with the first 4 houses, which may house 1 or 2 villagers. Obviously, we can't control what villagers go into where, what villagers go into what houses. They just go to a bed. So as long as we've got 1 or 2 beds in each house, a villager will go there. And I'm not going to do too much decor inside houses. But for now, I need to sort out a staircase to get to this second tier. Obviously, I want it to be nice and fluid, so I'm going to put some stairs here. They could be like a curb line. And then I'm going to do some stairs to work out how to get up to this next tier. So with a nice simple staircase that's only so wide, I wanted it to be sort of like it doesn't stand out too much that it takes your eye away from the houses or anything else. A nice slim staircase. I may build some different style staircases. Like, I don't want everything to be the same. Like, we could have some sort of like back alley staircase. I don't know. But this one for now sort of looks structural as well, which is really cool. Makes it look like it's holding the pillars up. Maybe we could mirror this on the top actually. So you got some upside down staircases holding up the roof. But the staircase is obviously taking up another width of the vault. So I'm going to take this out. So don't look so crowded. And I know I've put some sandstone sort of railings around that top tier. But again, I don't know if that's going to stay. Just looking at it from down here, it's just too much sandstone, and that's what I don't want. So I don't think that, I just don't like it. Maybe we could put some wooden fences in here instead. I sort of need to finish that vault door as well, actually. Maybe we could duplicate what's on the far right of the screen. I do like the marble around the edge, but I'm going to go get some more wood so we can do some wooden fences around the edge. So with some wooden fences in hand, I am back, and I think we're just going to go with oak. Oak's like a nice soft effect. I don't want the dark wood. No, my screen didn't just freeze. I was just double checking on the sort of graphic that I'm working off in front of me, making sure I'm still following the correct patterns. But yeah, I think oak wood's going to look a lot better rather than it being too dark. Oak goes quite nice. But we've also got to keep the thinness of this fountain without going too far out, but keeping the platform nice and slim for us to still walk through. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, whether it's not too thick but then it's easy to walk around, and keeping it within line with everything else. So I think that's too thick. I don't like that block there, but it's all about keeping it looking nice from below, because we're not actually going to go up the top, to be honest, that much. It's just, that's a good point. What would the villagers do? Do villagers naturally take staircases? Like, when you think of a normal natural spawning village, they don't actually have... Oh, they have one house. They have the sort of bookkeeper's house that has staircases going upstairs. So maybe village... But I don't think the bed's upstairs. There's no bed in that house. So do villagers actually go upstairs? Maybe this could be an issue, and we just have upstairs as decor, and we have more... They definitely don't go up ladders, but they must go upstairs. Like, it's an easy block to go up. I am going to go with like a symmetrical sort of water fountain here that feeds down. So when you're on the second tier, I do need to go get some more water so I can make an infinite water source. But I like the idea of having the water flow from above and then flowing down. I was going to have sort of a centerpiece, but that centerpiece I've already made can still be a centerpiece, but does not have any water flowing out of it, so it's sort of a centerpiece rather than where the water flows. It wouldn't have looked as good, so I'm going to have a water coming out of the walls. Talking of that garden that we've just gone through where we're letting the grass grow, we could actually have some water flowing through there. I'm trying to think how we could do it so it don't take up too much room. Like, it would be not like in the entrance garden to the vault, that has like a little bit of a water area, but I'd like a bigger area to have water. So I'm going to stick some water in here like so, and then again I want to change the sort of wall interior of this sort of fountain, so maybe put some marble on the wall, make it look a bit more grand, maybe some sort of glowstone behind the water. Again, making it a bit nicer than what it is. For now, it just looks like a bog basic waterfall as such. But get some glowstone in there, maybe some gold, maybe some sort of like hieroglyphics on the wall or something. But I'm happy with that. Like, it's not too big. It's got this sort of central island sort of thing. I'm happy with the way it looks. Maybe, like I said, we can get some hieroglyphic sort of sandstone on the wall, make it look a bit more deco-y. And then from up here, we can still walk around. I'm not too sure if I like this bit here. and I don't like how close this walkway is. Maybe we could... I'm trying to think of a way, because it's really difficult with... I can't do too many fence. I can't do fence and fence next to each other, so that's really, really difficult. This is going to be a bit of a pain here. I'm not too fussed about this gap. Like I say, we're not going to come up here too much, and it'll look okay from the bottom. And I'm guessing villagers won't really walk this way. They'll take the quickest path. So if they're going to come up this way, they won't use this sort of way of walking. The only thing we could use are these trapdoors. We could put them like that, so they still block... Oh, that's a bit annoying. They still block you from falling down, but then it still keeps a one-way walkway, which keeps it quite thin. Maybe we need to go get some more wood and create that. That doesn't look too bad at all. Like, it sticks with the same wood theme, and it's thin enough for you to walk through rather than having two sets of fences which don't work. So let's create a load of these. There we go. 8 should probably do the edges like so, and then you can still... Oh, that's a bit... Oh, you can't do 2 on the same one, can you? Maybe we've got to square this off rather than it being zigzag. So whether we make it... Let's finish this more so on this side, and we can't have it zigzag, so we're either going to have to square it off there and add a block, or make it one wider. I think that might be too close to the water. So... is that going to look right? Maybe we make it one less wide so we can still walk around, but then it's not too close to the water. So by removing that one, I wonder if that will work and we can still walk through. Oh, I forgot it was going to keep the trapdoors there. So if we do that and then that, and you can still walk through there. Have I got enough trapdoors? I need 3 more trapdoors. Fantastic. Get some more wood. I can make... Oh, I'm glitching out all over the shop. I can make 4. That'll do. So, yeah, I'm actually really impressed with the trapdoor idea. And you can still walk round. And there's that little bit of a gap there, but I'm not too fussed really about that. And that actually looks really, really good. Like I said, once you get some glowstone in the water, and from down here, it looks good as well. I don't really want to use the marble too much. So around that fountain, I like the difference between the marble skirting and the sandstone. So, onto the houses themselves. So they're obviously going to be like probably 4 wide and like 4 back. So they're like a little square house. Just putting a torch down for you guys to see. But the houses themselves aren't going to be massive. I've got too much wood on me here. I need to get rid of some... Is it terracotta you call it? Let's get some more wood down. I don't know whether I'm going to do the houses out of wood, but I might do some like wooden support beams like this to make it look like they're structural. Behind the stairs here, I'm not actually going to do a house because it's a bit of a ugly sort of area. I'm going to make this symmetrical. Simic's a new word. It's like mimic. Simic makes symmetrical. Made a word. Symmetrical mimic. Simic. Oh, I'm a genius. I'm going to simic this over here. Remember that one? Symmetrical and mimic. I'm flabbergasted. So there's your 4 wide blocks, which is your house. Then you have like a supporting bit here. I need to make that wooden probably. And then that's your 4 blocks for your house. I like it. And then it sort of separates the houses. We could put some glowstone beyond the stairs. But I'm going to play with some ideas here and see what we can do with the front of the houses. And we can mix them up a little bit, but I sort of want them to be a similar theme. So after seeing a sped up version there, I actually think I like the depth we've added in this sort of, again, looking like it's supporting the fences out the front, so it breaks up the sandstone a little bit more. And I'm keeping the marble for like the streets, so you can have like a marble street. I did just put some fences in the windows, but I think some fence gates would look nicer. So I'm going to make some fence gates and put them in the windows. So again, it looks like you can open the windows, but I like the way that the door arch as such is made from fence gates to make it again look supportive around the door frame. It's the door arch, a little bit different. And then you can have some gates as windows. And I'm keeping the marble more for the streets. I want like marble streets throughout, which I think would look really, really cool. So they're your windows. They still got the wood and the sandstone breaking it up. And then I'm only going to make the rooms themselves like 4x2 maybe. Don't want them too massive, and I'm not going to decorate them too much. I'm going to utilise the yellow terracotta inside for maybe the flooring. Maybe mix the walls up a little bit, so I haven't got to use too much material. Again, they're just going to have beds in them, maybe a double bed in there. They're not going to be anything fancy. I don't really need to put their craftsmen inside these, because this is just where the villagers are going to sleep. They're going to go to the market to work. They're not going to be anything massively important. I might put some sandstone in these rooms, and just some terracotta, and obviously some lighting, but there's not going to be anything massive or anything too decor or crazy inside these rooms. Like I say, it's just going to be a double bed, and that'll probably be it. I'm not going to go massive overboard. I might just mix it up, so you got terracotta the top 2 layers, and then you got sandstone around the bottom. But I might mix that up in each room depending on how much material I've got. I'm not too fussed. I don't know what I'm going to do in between here. We could do some like lights. I don't actually like that yellow terracotta. I could put some fences in the terracotta behind to give them a bit more depth. I'm actually really impressed with, like, you can have alleys behind these staircases. We can have some torches. I may put wood, or maybe just carry on with the terracotta. Maybe some torches on top of here. And then some fences in front, maybe. Does that look all right? No, I don't really like the torches behind there. But you're going to have like these alleyways behind staircases and things like that, which are going to look really, really cool. I'm just going to put some torches. Oh, I'm out of fences. Torch on here. And actually, I'm really, really impressed with this. Again, I'm going to mimic... What did I call it? Simic. I'm going to make this symmetrical and mimic this house on the other side of the stairs now. And then I've got to do upstairs. And then I've got to mirror that off camera to the other side of this sort of like walkway. But I do need some more wood for doors and things like that, and for fences and for gates. And yeah, so I'm going to make some of this stuff. Make another house. I did not want to do that. I wanted to put a fence down like that. And I'm really impressed. Like I say, we'll change this stone and put some marble down. And eventually I do need to get rid of this rail track. Which reminds me, like, that rail track's a fast way of getting from one side of the vault to the other. So at some point I am going to need to build a rail system to get from A to B, from like the entrance of the vault to the other side of the vault. Which has got me thinking, that's going to be something interesting to do, making a train line. Obviously, I don't want to go through the middle of these streets. That would look ugly. So whether I go above or below this village, I've just got to think of a way how I'm going to do that. But I do definitely want a quick way of transporting around this sort of vault. But here we go again. Just going to do some more sandstone, some more wood. My inventory, it's stressing me out. Got too many building materials. Again, I'm not too fussed that it's going to match block for block. Like the sandstone can sometimes be cracked where on others it might not. It's just house wear and tear. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, like I say. I am going to keep the wood the same. Like I say, I'm not going to go for any dark wood. Keep the window. I might keep the windows the same. Again, this is very, very... very similar, but not, because some of the houses in real life aren't, every house isn't the same. Like, your neighbour might have different coloured windows to you, different coloured door to you, so they're not going to be very different, but they are going to be different in that sort of aspect. Like, one house might have long windows, so we could do vertical rather than horizontal like we have done on the other one, so we could have them different. Like, I could do that on the different levels. I haven't actually got enough cracked or the standard sandstone, so this house isn't going to have as much cracked sandstone, so it could be like it's been looked after more in this house. The flooring's going to be yellow, but the walls might not. I might, because I'm actually running out of yellow terracotta, I might just do normal sandstone walls. But yeah, I'm just sort of mixing it up, but keeping it sort of similar in that sort of aspect. So I think on the other house it had just sandstone around the bottom layer, where this one I'll probably just do sandstone around the top, the bottom and the middle layer, just because that's what I got more of. But it's sort of in the same theme, so I'm liking it. I might just do I keep that cracked there? I don't want a torch there. I do want a torch above the door. So again, it just looks like it's aged, but it's still within the same theme. And I actually really like that. It sort of breaks it up a bit. I do really like that. I like that a lot. And I want some of the marble for, like I say, for clearing out this. So I'm going to clear this path out and get some marble down, and I'll get back with you guys in a second. So with the marble down on the streets, I like the way it contrasts the top balcony with the white marble of the streets. I really, really like that. But I'll be back with you, and now you will see the top tier of this area, and the fountain is very, very different. So I've mimicked the sort of houses on the top floor, and I've put some of the, I don't really know the name of it. It's not marble, but I got this sort of crystal from underground, so it's not the same as what the paths are, but it's a nice white backing behind the fountain. Then up here I've done exactly the same. I've not decorated the rooms too much. I've just fallen off the balcony, which is a little bit annoying. I do need another door, but I've just basically done what's downstairs, upstairs, and then decorated the fountain a bit more. You may have just seen a little blip of difference in the recording there, but other than that, like whatever we just did downstairs, I've now done upstairs. I do want to put some torches down just to light this up a bit, but I may put some glowstone on this top tier. Maybe get some of that purple crystal or something like that. Throw some different colours in here, maybe some gold blocks or something like that. I have just unearthed a tunnel, which we could turn into like back streets of this town, but I don't want it to be too big. I don't want to take on too much of a project here. But we do have these tunnels we could use for like side streets and hustles and bustles and make them dark or something. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I do like the terracotta on this top tier though. So again, you've got the yellows of like downstairs, and up here we've got the oranges, which go well with the wooden brown effect. So I'm just putting in these sort of supportive wooden pillars, and then I'm just blocking in the gaps, keeping the sort of same terracotta colour, and I quite like it. I may change it. There is that stone block on that second level that's rather annoying just up there, but overall I'm really, really happy with this. And in between now and next episode, I'm going to copy this over to the other side where I'm standing. So next time you come, it will be very, very different, but just exactly what we've done. I don't just want you guys to watch the same content, me building the same thing over and over again, like I say. But thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next one. Just to say thank you for watching. Please go check out some more videos, and don't forget to subscribe, support the channel, and stay tuned for more.